All right then. Now we just dropped the ball on this, and KD had the customer drive all the way here from Mississippi for a key.
Okay, so that was Will Washington, who's a manager, and now you're about to hear a conversation with me and the other manager, KD, that he's referring to in the video. This guy, KD, has horrible customer service. I mean, listen to how this guy talked to me. This just ridiculous.
That's not no, that's not normal procedure, but a mistake was made. So all that I was trying to do is correct the mistake and go ahead and get your key
By
made.
telling me I need to drive 12 hours
I cannot get a key made in Mississippi.
But the car has
to be here.
You could have paid for it there. You can't tell me you couldn't have paid for my car on y'all behalf. Y'all mistake. Gonna inconvenience me to have to take off work, drive 6 hours here, drive 6 hours back, pay for a hotel room to get a key to my car. When I should have been notified before I bought the car and had a choice. Hey, this car got one key. You want to buy it?
Mr. Sanders, I understand the whole situation. I truly do, and I feel your pain.
Understand.
Yeah, but you want me to keep going back and forth on something that I cannot change anything.
I'm just trying.
The only thing I can explain was a mistake was made. That's the only thing that I can explain to you. A mistake was made, and we made you the key. That's the only thing I can. There's nothing else for me to do. Did you pay for the key?
I shouldn't have to drive back here to
Did
get
you pay for the key? That's all I asked you. Did you pay for the key?
No, I didn't pay for the key.
Then we made
so they make it right.
No, I'm saying that's the only thing we can do. That's the only thing I can tell you.
Okay.
So I'm not going to sit here and keep debating back and forth with you. We made the key. You have the key. And that's all I can do.
Okay.
So anything else, I'm done. There's nothing else I can do. I did all I could to try to get you the key. We got the key made. We didn't charge you for the key. Now, I can reimburse you for some gas. That's about it. Other than that, that's all I can do.
Other than you come here or we ain't got no talking to you. Why didn't nobody answer the phone when I called here?
Sir, I can't answer that. I don't know.
Is Will or Maurice here? Because I talked to Will and he told me he was going to look for me another key and get him a call back, and I haven't been able to reach him since.
Now Will is here because he was off yesterday.
Okay. Well, can I talk to him?
Sure. I ain't got no problem talking to him. Give me 1 second.
Okay, so that was my conversation with KD. Next, you're about to hear my conversation with Will.
You can have a seat right there. This is Will Washington right behind you.
This is me. What's going on, Stan? What's going on, bud?
Yeah, I'm good.
How can I help you?
Okay.
Hey, Miriam. How many times would you say that you and your team have talked to Mr. Justin Sandiford over the last 2 weeks? Just let him know we're calling right now. The dealership that has the key, Miriam.
I can't believe this guy just talked to his staff member like that right in front of my face. I mean, he just yelled at her and hung up, I'm assuming. He definitely didn't say bye.
The dealership that has the key, Miriam.
Okay, now you're about to make another phone call to another executive staff member.
Hey, Gonzalo, how are you doing? I don't know. Well, let me ask you a question really quick. How many times would you say you talked to Mr. Sandiford in Mississippi about his key? The gentleman who brought the 2020 Maxima? Yes. Twice. Okay. Okay. Did we ever come to a resolution about what we was going to do about the second key the first time? Okay. Right. All right then. Now we just dropped the ball on this, and KD had the customer drive all the way here from Mississippi for a key, which probably cost them more in gas. Yeah. Yes. Right. They never even looked for the key. I just talked to the guy.
Oh, wow. They made me drive that far and they didn't even look for the key prior to telling me to drive there? Wow.
He could have just called. He could have just called me at home and I would have told him what this resolution was, but that's not what he did. Unfortunately, now the guy's here. So, oh, they are, but that's not what's making him unhappy. It's the fact that he's here. All right, that was Vanzella, my customer loyalty manager. I think you've only talked to her twice. She has like this, "Hey, darling," type voice. So, and she said she's talked to you about the key, but she said she didn't come up with a resolution because she was waiting to hear back from me. But I think it's more of a miscommunication thing than anything. Like I said, I just sat here with my customer's experience manager and my owner loyalty manager, and both of them said the same thing. They've talked to me twice, but neither one of them came up with a resolution for the key. So
This goes to show just how poorly managed Smith Automotive Group is. I've spoken with a customer experience manager and an owner loyalty manager twice. Both of these people twice, and neither aided or helped me.
I would have thought that if I would have known that it was this personal for you, I would have sent somebody to the dealership and looked for the key themselves.
Yeah. So,
But damn, I didn't know it was this important.
yeah. See on my car, it says today's date is over with. We owe you a key for 30 days. This I owe you. If you look at the bottom right hand, the words on the left hand, it says this is honored for 30 days. After 30 days, you wouldn't have technically, if you playing it like that, and I can't even reach nobody, I can't talk to nobody answering my phone calls before my 30 days are with, I'm really shit out of luck if I wait over 30 days. So you was trying to figure out what the gap was or what the rush was. That's exactly what the rush was. If you look at my receipt, 30 days is today. That's the only reason I'm here today. I pushed this off to the last day trying to get resolution, and I couldn't. So that's why it's so important, and that's why I'm here today. So,
but damn, I didn't know it was this important.
yeah. As you can see here, I purchased the car on December 29th, and on January the 6th, I was notified that I have to drive the car back in order to pick up a second key. Ever since January the 6th, I've been calling, trying to reach someone in management that would help me avoid having to drive my car back.
Times out of 10, the car has the key. The dealership that has the key to the second key to this car does have the key. The problem is that you got just like I work for the company and I call the other dealership, want to speak to a manager about the key. Guess what? How many times you got to call, KD?
Get put on hold.
Get put on hold. Gets sent to a voicemail. And I work for this company.
This just goes to show you how poorly managed Smith Automotive Group is. One management team from one dealership can't even reach the management team at another dealership to resolve a customer issue.
And I call one of my other dealerships and I have the same problem. So unless I have one of the manager's cell phone and I call them directly, then I generally don't get anybody on the phone, or I have to call back again. Unfortunately, when you're talking to a car dealership, you're trying to get a manager, you can call any one of these dealerships right down this road right here, right now, and I guarantee you say, let me speak to a manager. You're either going to get a voicemail or you're going to be put on hold for 20 minutes. Because they're doing so much stuff and they are. And that's
why don't I return the voicemail?
But
I left countless voicemails. You don't check them and respond?
Well, unfortunately, I don't check voicemails. If somebody wants to get me, they'll get me. I'll show you my cell phone right now.
So you just say, forget the customer.
I'll show you my cell phone right now. I got 150 unread voicemails. And that's my personal cell phone.
I'm just saying, but as a company, people like me can't reach you.
I have a customer loyalty manager. I have an owner loyalty manager. I have a business center director. I have a delivery specialist. I have a floor manager, and I have an assistant manager. If one of them 6 people don't be able to get a hold of them, and I'm the sales director, and they don't get resolved, when they need to get resolved, it's either going to wind up with an email or it's going to wind up at corporate. Generally, yours ended up at corporate, came across my desk.
So my issue went all the way to corporate, yet and still nobody from this dealership reached out to the other dealership to get the key to my car.
I don't know if she told you or not, but this car was a rental car in our service department. So you bring your car in, you got something wrong. A motor noise or radio is not working right. We give you one of our new cars to drive. That's why your car has so less miles on it. We'll give you one of our new cars to drive while we get your car repaired. All of these cars come out of our new car inventory.
Mm-hmm.
So if they come out of our personal new car inventory, we have both keys and books to the car when they came from the factory. This isn't like a car we went and brought at the auction or a car we got from a rental car company. This is a car that was physically brand new at One of our four
Basically,
stores.
a loaner car.
It was a loaner car. So there is a second key. She wasn't lying to you when she told you that. If it's a 2020 and it's one of those Maximas, there is a second key, there is books. At this point, sir, I can pay for you some gas, for your tank up, for you to go back home. I don't know what other way to fix the scenario. Have they already cut your key already?
Yeah, I got the key. What about my hotel room?
How much is the hotel room?
$149.
You have the receipt for it?
I do.
Can you give me the receipt for it?
I sure will.
All right, give me the receipt for the hotel room. We'll go from there.
Okay.
All right.
As you just heard, he did agree to reimburse me for the price of the hotel room. He told me to email him a copy of the hotel receipt and he will mail me a check. As you can tell, I did send him a copy of my hotel receipt, and I specifically asked him to send my check a method that can be tracked. I mean, I'm dealing with Smith Automotive Group here. I mean, one dealership can't even communicate with another dealership to tell them to find a key to my car. So him mailing me a check seemed like a long shot. So after I sent Mr. Washington a copy of my hotel receipt and specifically asked him to send my check a method that can be tracked, he replied in less than a minute and said, "Yes, sir." As you can see, I notified Mr. Washington 2 weeks later that I hadn't received my check, and he did not respond. No check, no response. I was in the Atlanta area, and I sent Mr. Washington this email, which he did not reply to. Today is Friday, February the 26th, 2020, and I still hadn't received a check. It's been almost a month now. As you can tell, I sent him 2 emails after I hadn't received my check, and he hadn't replied to either one of those. At this point, I pretty much just washed my hands with Smith Automotive Group. I'll never buy another car from them or any one of their dealerships ever again. Matter of fact, I'll never buy a Nissan again, period, point blank.